Good morning, money magnets. In my opinion, futures is a lot easier to trade than contracts, option contracts with the SPY. You don't have to worry about time decay or any of that happy stuff. And yesterday, I gave you guys some levels. 59.03, 59.42 were resistant levels. I had a support at 58.75 and 58.47. Futures was unable to break down 58.75 yesterday. It had a little wash below, but unable to break it down, and it bounced intraday. You guys can see on the 15-minute chart, it bounced intraday right here to the upside, and it started off with a false breakdown setup right there where I circled, and if you see my yellow line right there where the arrow was pointing, I had a level right there. That's that fib level, 59.03. We broke it down in the morning as support. It dropped all the way down, hitting the next resistance with that critical one around 58.75. That's the 50% of the cup, which bulls absolutely needed to hold, and they did, followed by the false breakdown setup, which sent futures to the upside. Trade with the traps work with futures as well, and it can be maybe even easier and simpler to trade futures, especially if you're trying to trade with the trap, because like I said, you don't got to worry about the complications that comes with trading options. Look at how beautiful that was on the 15-minute chart, guys. 15-minute chart. You know a breakout is good or a false breakdown is good when it clears, and then the later candles, it turns that breakout level or that recapture level into support. You can see it on the 10:30 candle and the 11:30 candle, how it treated that area as support after recapturing it, pushing futures to the upside. So guys, always watch out for those trap setups, the false breakouts and the false breakdown setups. A lot of times before the market makes its real move, they tend to give out a trap or two before they make the real move. So if you get caught up in the trap, shake it off, respect your stop loss, and just know that, hey, there's going to be another setup, and the next setup might be a better setup, because usually first comes the trap and then comes the quality setup. But you can also trade with the trap if you understand the false breakdown and the false breakout setup when we clear a resistant level and drop back below that level. One can make a lot of money strictly trading the false breakdown and the false breakout setups. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about that so you guys know how to use the levels that I give you guys. I give you guys the levels, but it's important you guys know how to use it. False breakdown setups or breakout of resistance, you want to look to long, and breakdown of supports or false breakout setups, which is also a breakdown of support, you want to look to short, and you want to play it level to level. Now, my levels on futures is a little bit more spread out than the SPY. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys, what you guys choose to do. I'd rather you guys play it safe, catch a few points, leave a runner. But my levels are more spread out, which can give us more potential bigger moves. So once again, the levels to watch is still as resistant, 59.42. If it clears, I do have a level at 59.55, and if 59.55 clears, is a good chance we head to 59.93, and then the big 6,000 incoming, but only possible if we can get above 59.42 and 59.55. If we are to be bearish, staying below 59.42 would be a good start, but breaking down 59.03 would be needed. Definitely needed for the bears, because that is a fib level. I would definitely look to short if 59.03 fails. You can try shorting from 59.42-ish area with stop loss above. I wouldn't do that personally. I'd rather wait for 59.03 to fail as support and have 58.75 as my target. Take most profit there and leave a runner in case that support fails, to put 58.47, 58.12 or lower in play. So let's simplify this, guys. Look to long above 59.42 with 59.55, 59.93 and 6,000 as the targets. Look to short below 59.03 with 58.75, 58.47 or lower as the target. If none of the setups plays out or triggers your entry, then you sit on your hands. You ever seen a lion creeping on its prey? You ever seen a lion go prowling That's what you're doing when you are sitting on your hand. Sitting on your hand doesn't just mean you're doing nothing. It means you're being patient. You're being tactical. You're being surgical with it. That's the sheep style way. That is the money magnet way. That is your way. All right? So let's move on to NASDAQ. I have a level on NASDAQ. Not a fib level, but it is a level 21,418. If you guys been watching my coverage on futures and NASDAQ, you know 21,418 has been one of my levels and is currently support. We cleared that level yesterday, technically speaking. And you guys can see if I zoom in, that level is turning into support. So 21,418 is the equilibrium level for today. If above, overall bullish. However, bullish follow through is needed. How do we know there is bullish follow through? For me, I want to see yesterday's high get taken out. Yesterday's high was 21,576. If we stay above 21,418 and clear 21,576, I would say that is some bullish follow through with 21,858 in play, 21,963 above that, and then 23,000. I'm going with 23,000 above that. Only possible if NASDAQ can stay above 21,418 and clear yesterday's high, 21,576, and we can definitely head up higher. But if we are to be bearish, I recommend you guys look to short if 21,418 fails as support. Below 21,418, I would look to short with 21,073 as my first target, and then 2,700 or lower in play. I think we can drop down to 2,400, and then there is a gap all the way down at 20,144-ish. Only possible to head down low if 21,418 and 21,073 fails as support. If they do, I would definitely favor 2,700 test, and below that, I would be bear bias on the NASDAQ. M pattern could be playing out. I hope you guys found value in today's video for futures and NASDAQ. I really do like trading these. It's a lot simpler and more beginner friendly compared to trading options with SPY. I love options with SPY, options with Triple Q. That's my first love, and I'll always trade SPY and I'll always cover SPY. But I have to say, trading futures and NASDAQ has been pretty cool too. Thank y'all. Peace.